I'm going to show you two homes now. Same city, same neighborhood, similar rent. The first home belongs to someone earning $85,000 a year. Walk inside and you'll see a large television on the wall, a leather couch, kitchen appliances still in their unopened boxes, clothes in the closets that have never been worn. The guest room has turned into storage. This person's stomach tightens every time they check their bank account. If they miss 2 paychecks, everything falls apart. The second home belongs to someone earning $49,000 a year. The first thing you feel when you walk through the door is space, a modest couch, a small television, only the kitchen items they actually use, only the clothes they actually wear. The guest room is exactly what it should be. This person has 22 months of earnings saved and invests 20% of every paycheck, nearly half the income, 10 times the financial security. I know this business very well. I have bought and sold hundreds of properties, and let me tell you, the people who lost the most money were not the ones earning the least. They were the ones buying more things than they needed while thinking the least. This is not a story about income, my dears. This is a story about the hidden relationship between stuff and money. And today I'm going to explain it to you clearly. Everything costs money twice. The first cost is simple, the price tag. Everyone sees that. The second cost is often much higher and almost nobody calculates it. Storage space, maintenance costs, mental energy, opportunity cost. The treadmill you never use is taking up space in your home for nothing. In cities, that space corresponds to a significant annual rent per square meter. On top of that, you feel a little guilty every day telling yourself, I'll use it eventually. Or take the boat situation. A boat that has never touched water erodes about 10% of its value every year just in maintenance costs. A $40,000 boat costs $4,000 a year, sitting there doing nothing. Researchers have found something very interesting. Visual clutter raises cortisol levels, meaning it increases your stress. Your belongings are exhausting you without you even realizing it. And then there's the opportunity cost. That $15,000 you spent on a home gym could have grown to over $50,000 in an index fund over 15 years. You didn't just buy a piece of equipment. You bought away your future freedom. The purchase price was only the entry ticket. The real payment starts afterward. 10 rules. 1. Calculate cost per use before every purchase. If you use a $200 item twice, you paid $100 per use. If you use a $400 item 200 times, that's $2. Which one is more expensive, do you think? Make this calculation a habit without exception. Most impulse purchases collapse immediately under this test. Don't hesitate to spend $2,000 on a mattress. If you use it every night, that's 55 cents per use over 10 years. For something that affects your health and energy, that is a phenomenal investment. 2. Apply the "would I buy it again" test. Walk around your home, look at each item and ask yourself, if this disappeared tomorrow, would I go spend money on it again? Fondue set? No. The bread maker collecting dust that you haven't touched in years? No. The clothes sitting in the closet with their tags still on for 18 months? Absolutely not. These items entered your life involuntarily. A moment of impulse, a gift you felt obligated to keep, a hobby you've left behind. And right now, they're taking up both space and mental room. Sell what has value. Donate what someone else can use. Throw out the rest. When you do this, rooms open up. Cleaning becomes simpler and you know where everything is. Trust me. 3. Never upgrade just because you're bored. I see the same pattern constantly in people with high incomes but no savings. The phone works fine, but a newer model came out. The car runs, but the neighbor bought a new one. The furniture is solid, but they got tired of looking at it. This is not improvement. This is wealth going to waste. The only situation where you should replace something is when it genuinely becomes unusable. Being bored is not a valid reason. A new model coming out is not a valid reason. Marketing trying to make you solve a problem you don't have is not a valid reason. There are people who spend $30,000 to $50,000 over 30 years on phone upgrades alone. Add up all the categories and it's possible to throw away $200,000 over a lifetime. lifetime. 4. Make spending harder. Make saving easier. People always take the path of least resistance. The system is built around this. Making spending harder means delete your saved card information from online shopping sites. Wait 1 full day before any non-essential purchase. Remove shopping apps from your phone. Unsubscribe from promotional emails. Making saving easier means set up an automatic transfer to your investment account on payday. Let it leave before you see it. Stop treating savings as whatever is left over and treat it like a fixed expense instead. Willpower depletes throughout the day, but systems are constant. On days when you're tired or stressed, don't trust your willpower. Trust your system. The one-day rule alone eliminates about 70% of impulse purchases, because most desires, if you just get through that moment, simply pass. 5. Count your belongings. I know it sounds excessive, but try it. How many shirts do you own? Most people find 3 or 4 times what they estimated. How many kitchen items? How many pairs of shoes? Numbers change perspective. When you know you own 36 shirts, buying another one feels different. Should you really get the 37th shirt? Set limits for yourself. 35 total clothing items. No more than 20 books. When something new comes in, something old goes out. These constraints don't lower your quality of life. On the contrary, they make every purchase a conscious decision. 6. Rent or borrow before you buy. Test an interest or hobby before investing in it. Want to try camping? Rent equipment for the first few trips. Got curious about woodworking? Borrow tools from a friend or rent a workshop. Want to try skiing? Rent a few times first. This way, you learn 2 things. Is this enthusiasm temporary or lasting? And what do you actually need? Basements and garages are filled with museums of abandoned interests. Ski equipment from when they dreamed of skiing regularly. Cameras bought when they imagined becoming serious photographers. Instruments from bands that played 2 concerts. Minimalists don't become museums of past enthusiasm. They try first, then buy. 7. Understand the lifestyle multiplier. Every major item brings others along with it. Bought a boat? You need a trailer, a vehicle capable of towing it, storage, rental, maintenance supplies, insurance and registration fees, appropriate clothing. Got a pool? Chemical cleaning products, a cover, furniture, landscaping. Minimalists calculate the full ecosystem before any major purchase. A $5,000 purchase can actually represent $8,000 or even $12,000 when everything is included. And this multiplier works in reverse too. Sell the boat and the insurance, storage, rent, maintenance, and towing costs go with it. Selling one item sometimes triggers the elimination of an entire category of expenses. 8. Define enough before you start earning. This is the biggest trap high earners fall into. They never set a limit called enough. As income rises, lifestyle rises. The new standard becomes normal. They feel insufficient again. The cycle continues. People earning $300,000 experience the same financial stress as people earning $80,000 because expectations grow alongside income. The solution: define enough before you start earning. This kind of home is enough. This kind of car is enough. This quality of life is enough for my genuine happiness. Write it down. And when your income grows, don't cross that line. Someone who defines $70,000 as enough spending and then earns $180,000 is directing $110,000 straight toward freedom. Someone earning that same $180,000 but constantly raising the ceiling might never save anything at all. 9. Measure wealth by what you can choose, not by what you own. The conventional view of wealth means luxury home, expensive car, visible markers of success. I'm offering you a different measure: freedom of choice. Can you leave a job that is consuming you? Can you stay home for 5 months months during a family crisis? Can you move to a new city, start a new life? Can you build a business without needing a guaranteed salary? Can you say no to an opportunity that conflicts with your values? These options are true wealth, and they are only available to people who have built a significant gap between their income and their expenses. Someone earning $200,000 but spending $195,000 has essentially zero freedom of choice. Someone earning $80,000 but spending $45,000 has an extraordinarily high degree of it. After every purchase, ask yourself, is this item worth narrowing my freedom of choice in life? 10. Don't do one big annual purge, do small, continuous ones. Most people try minimalism like this. They do a massive clean out, feel relief for a few weeks, then gradually drift back to where they started. 2 years later, they're right back at the beginning. What minimalists do is different. A quick look at incoming items every week, an evaluation of one category every month, a review of overall accumulation trends every quarter. Removing 3 items per week doesn't exhaust anyone. Removing 300 items per year is exhausting and keeps getting postponed. Regular evaluation also builds awareness. Which categories tend to grow? In what emotional states do you shop? Which marketing tactics affect you specifically? Knowing this provides prevention, not just cure. Things you can start today. This week, walk through your home. Identify 10 items using the "would I buy it again" test. Sell, donate, or throw them out. Pay attention to how it feels to remove things you didn't really want. This month, apply the one-day rule to every non-essential purchase. Note how many desires you forget about within a single day. This data will tell you a great deal about yourself. This quarter, count your belongings in 3 categories that tend to accumulate. Clothing, kitchen items, and entertainment or media are good starting points. Set a realistic maximum limit for each category. This year, write your own definition of enough. What kind of home is enough? What kind of car is enough? What kind of wardrobe is enough? Keep this definition next to every tempting upgrade offer that comes your way. Final word. Let me tell you this, these rules are not about deprivation. Research shows very clearly that beyond a certain level of security and comfort, discretionary purchases add nothing to happiness. And yet people keep behaving as though happiness scales with spending. In truth, people stuck in consumption cycles often can't explain why they buy so much. The reality is this: spending temporarily fills the emotional void that financial insecurity creates. If you address that insecurity with genuine financial strength, the urge to spend usually diminishes on its own. This creates a cycle. Spending less means saving more. Savings create freedom. Security reduces the urge to spend. Reduced spending increases savings further. The opposite cycle exists too. Spending everything creates insecurity. Insecurity pushes toward more spending. The cycle continues until it breaks. The choice between these two cycles determines your financial future far more than your income ever could. The $49,000 apartment I described at the beginning was not created by an exceptional income. It was created by exceptional clarity about what actually matters. The other apartment is the product of someone who never questioned the assumption that more stuff equals a more luxurious life. Both ways of living are available to you, regardless of what you earn right now. The choice is simple. Do you want to own your belongings, or are you comfortable letting your belongings own you? The math strongly supports the first option, and so does peace of mind.